Okay, so we're doing the next homework assignment. And when you work on linear equations, what did I do wrong there? Oh, I have to take a quiz again. Remember that when you take a quiz, you don't have to get any questions right in order to, so I'm just going to submit it. And you can, remember, any questions that you get right, you don't have to answer later on. I just did submit it, didn't I? Let's try it again. Quiz 2. I'm ready to start. Unless it was quiz 1. Yeah, quiz 1. It says I didn't take yet. Okay. All right. Submit. Now I can do the assignment. 1.2 on linear equations. So we're going to solve linear equations. And to do so, now let's see here. The first thing that you notice is it says this is a pretty easy lesson, and it is review from your elementary algebra class. Students who do not watch the video for this lesson takes 10 minutes longer just to answer 3 of the questions that are in this assignment. So hopefully this video will help you finish the lesson. The average time for students is 33 minutes. Remember that you get the point if you click the first one. You don't get the point if you click the other one. All right, question 2. Evaluate. So once again, we're going to evaluate this expression. Okay, so if a is -5, we're going to have 4 times -5 to the third. Remember, it's -5 times -5 times -5, and then 2 times 7. Notice you don't need m. So on our calculator, we would press 4. And actually, we don't even need to press the times key. We can just put in 4 parentheses, -5, close parentheses to the third, plus 2 times 7 equals, and our calculator says, whoa. Oh, I didn't use the arrow key correctly. 4 parentheses, -5, close parentheses to the, yeah, I have to, after I press 3 here, I have to go over so that I get out of the exponent. Otherwise, it's going to think all of this stuff is also the exponent. So plus 2 times 7, and I get -486. So in here, I'll just enter -486. Okay. Use the distributive property. Remember that when you distribute this negative sign inside, it changes all the signs. So the first sign becomes positive, and the second sign also becomes positive. Use the commutative property. In other words, we change the order. That'd probably be a good thing for you to write on the side, is that the commutative property is the order property. Okay, is an equation linear? If all of the powers are to the first, then it is a linear equation. Now, how do you tell if something is an expression or an equation? If it's got an equal sign in it, it's an equation, and you see the equal sign there. Okay, now they want us to solve this equation, so I'm going to write it out for you so that you can see how it's solved. The first thing for solving equations that you need to know is the addition property, which says the same number can be added to each side. Actually, the same number could also be subtracted from each side. So let's look at our equation that we've got here. And we want to get all the x's on the same side. So let's add 2x to both sides. Now over on the left side, we will just have a 6. And on the right side, we'll have 5x's minus 9x's is negative 4x's, plus 2x's is negative 2x, plus 6. Subtract 6 from each side, and we get negative 2x is 0. And then the other property that we need to know is multiplication property. The multiplication property says that you can multiply by the same number on each side. In this case, we're going to multiply by the fraction negative 2, or in other words, divide by negative 2. Remember, if the 0 is on top, you do have an answer. If 0 is on the bottom, the solution set is the null set. So we get x equals 0. So in our answer key, we'll just put in a 0 here, and that'll be our answer. Okay, next one. Another time we have to solve for p. Okay. So let's get p up there, and we will solve for it. So we want to get all the p's on the same side. The first thing I'm going to do is multiply out the parentheses. That'll be negative 4 times 5 is negative 20. Negative 4 times negative 5 is positive 20p. On the other side, I'll have 5 times p is 5p, minus 5 times 5 is 25, minus 31. Now let's combine our like terms. On this side, we've got negative 11 plus 20 is 9p minus 20. And on the other side, we have 5p minus 25 minus 31 is minus 56. Add 20 to each side and subtract 5p from each side, and we get the 20s cancel. 4p equals negative 36. Divide both sides by 4, and we get p is negative 9. So remember this, you do the addition and subtractions before the multiplications and divisions. And you always move the smaller variable to the other side by subtracting that. So we get p is negative 9, if I remember right. Okay, next one. Another one where we have to multiply out the parentheses. So we get 2w minus 2 times 4w plus 9 plus 6 equals 2w plus 2 times 6 is 12. Now we have to multiply out this parentheses. So we have 2w minus 8w minus 18 plus 6 equals 2w plus 12. 2w minus 8w is negative 6w. Negative 18 plus 6 is negative 12 equals 2w plus 12. Let's add 6w to both sides. And let's subtract 12 from each side. These cancel, and we get negative 24 equals 8w. These cancel. Divide both sides by 8, and we get w equals negative 3. Number 10. All right, so we have this problem here. So the first thing we want to do is to copy it down, and then negative 4m plus 17 minus 3 times m is minus 3m, minus 3 times negative 1 is plus 3, equals 9m minus 2m minus negative 3 is the same as plus 3 minus 6m plus 1. Combine these, we get negative 7m. Combine these, plus 20. 9m minus 2m is 7m, minus 6m is m, plus 3 and 1 more makes 4. Add 7m to both sides, and subtract 4 from both sides. These cancel, and you get 16 is 8m. Divide both sides by 8. You get m is 2. And that is the last question on this assignment.